Did you know that inflammation's a silent killer? It's something that we don't talk about much, but most of us have inflammation. As we get older, especially, we have more and more. And things that inflammation causes is things like arthritis, diabetes. I mean, it causes a whole lot of underlying health issues. And the truth is, inflammation is our body's way of defending against injuries and things like that. It uses it to help us heal, but it becomes chronic when we don't deal with it. And today I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to reduce your inflammation quickly and reduce those and change your life into a better situation where you don't have all the pain and things like that. Now, time out here. If you have something that's discoloring, it's swelling and things like that, you need to see a doctor. But if you have just basic aches and pains and things like that due to inflammation, stick around because there's 5 things we're going to cover here. And we're going to start with number 1 is our diets. I'm in the USA, and most of us have horrible diets, and I always had a very, very bad diet. A lot of fast food, a lot of junk food, a lot of fried foods, a lot of carbs, a lot of breads and pastas and rice and things like that. And I had to change if I really wanted to get healthy, I had to change my diet, and I've gone more to a protein base. And I'm not an expert at any of this stuff. I just know what is working for me and things that I'm changing. So I'm just sharing basically my story of things that have worked for me. And I've learned a lot of this from other YouTubers and other social medias where people talk about what they do. I've talked about one of my favorites is cayenne pepper. I've actually gotten to where I really like cayenne pepper. It has helped with my blood pressure and things like that. But changing my diet, and one of the number one things that I did is I went to intermittent fasting. I cut breakfast out. I realized, the old the hunter gatherers, the old farming industry when people first started out in this country and came here, and way back when people didn't sit down to a big breakfast. They got up, they had to get to work to get their food, and they spent most of their morning working. And their first meal didn't come around lunch, and they were much healthier for it because they just weren't. I know we hear that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I believe that it's been a lie to us. I found out by skipping breakfast, I'm so much healthier by skipping breakfast and having an intermittent fast of a minimum of 16 hours before my next meal. All my numbers, if you want to call them numbers, your blood sugars, your blood pressure, and all these things come back to normal as your body heals itself. And at the end, I have a tool that I really, you're going to like this technology that helps with all this. But the the intermittent fasting has been one of the biggest things I've added to my diet, and cutting out the carbohydrates, cutting out the sweets, cutting out. I have a thing for potato chips. I cut those things way out. I just can't do the potato chips anymore. So I've got better to a healthy diet, a lot of vegetables and things like that. I really keep it. If I want something sweet, I go to fruits. I stick from the candy bars. I haven't had a soda in so long, and I really don't miss it. My health has gotten a lot better. So that would be number one, is work on your diet. And you take small, and all these things I'm going to give you, they're just small pieces. They're just small pieces of the puzzle, and you just take them a little chunk at a time. Because number two is exercise. And when I first started thinking about exercise, the first time I got up, I'm like, okay, here we go. Old military Bob, we're going to do our calisthenics. And it lasted a day or two, and I was done. And I realized exercising just had to be a little bit easier at my age to get started, and it was as simple as walking. I started out with just walking a block or two, and now I'm into a mile and a half, and then I go out hiking sometimes. So these tips I give you, they're starting points to help with inflammation, because in the beginning, boy, I was overweight, and it was hard to walk, and it hurt a lot, but I kept it to small bits of walking just to make myself exercise. And I started finding a time when I wanted to walk. For me, it's in the morning when I get up. Instead of having breakfast, I have my walk. For some people, it might be after dinner, and I'd like to do that, but for some reason, I just can't seem to get out there at night. But I think for some people that'd be a better time after dinner. For me, it's just the morning walk. So that's number two, is start exercising. As simple, you could, as just simply the old windmills where you're touching your toes. You can start something simple like that. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a health nutritionist. I don't have a degree in this. I just know that things have worked for me. Number three, I would say stay hydrated. Make sure you have a lot of water. I would drink more water during the day than you probably did in the past. I was one of those guys that I didn't drink a whole lot of water during the day. My thing was just get up and go to work, and I would work all day and maybe have a soda. Well, now I take some water with me. I got my water bottle with me, and I'm always having water with me. And there are things you can add to water to make it better. I just drink plain water. I love water. I've gotten crazy about water, and I have many bottles of water a day. My little thing is always full, and I have my water. Number four, I like to encompass everything and say it's just lifestyle modification. All the steps, the first three steps I've given you so far, from the diet, the exercise, and the hydration, these are all modifying your life a little bit. And when we talk about lifestyle modification, we really got to get into this. If we really want to get healthy, we have to change our life. Nothing happens on its own. We have to make the lifestyle modification, and that comes in your diet and putting these things down. And when you decide to do a lifestyle modification, you might want to write it down. You might want to make goals, post it up, so you remind yourself that you're doing these things. And you start implementing more and more of them, and you take these steps and create a lifestyle that evolves around getting healthy. And that would be number four. Number five, I want to talk about what helped me get started was the stem cell regeneration patches. This is where I started sleeping better. It helps reduce inflammation. It helps with so many different things. You wear it for 12 hours in the back of your neck. You take it off, and at the end of the day, and you sleep, and your body regenerates itself. It uses light therapy, nanocrystals inside here. I call it a technology patch. It allows your body to heal itself. It takes it from the inside, light therapy. It's non-transdermal, so it's not going into your body. It's using your own body with light therapy to regenerate and restore itself, and it's a big help with inflammation and those sort of things. And when you start feeling better, the other four things that I talked about are a lot easier to do when you start sleeping better and feeling better. And this was my starting point right here. If you want to know more about that, I do have a book down below. You can take a look at that. There's a link to come visit us on a Zoom. We have those 3 times a week right now, and you can check that out too. But the LifeWave X39 regeneration patch is probably the number one key that helped me get healthy. So if you're looking for something to help you kind of kickstart everything, this is going to get it going. But that's what I got for Friday. We'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Bye.